Pregame show.
Radio Network from North Platte Community College. It's time for the girls C26 district final with the Bridgeport Bulldogs taking on Grand Island Central Catholic for the right to advance to the state tournament in Lincoln starting next Thursday. Many of you watching tonight on KNEB.TV, Allo 15 or Mobius Channel 1500. We appreciate the eyeballs and still some others. Got the ears tuned in. 94.1 The Brand and KNEB.com. Youth will be served here tonight, one way or the other. Both these teams very young, very, very young. Bridgeport starts 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores. Central Catholic starts 3 sophomores. The Bulldogs enter with a record of 19-5. They're coming off a sub-district championship a week ago, a 59-50 win over Moreland, that C212 sub that was held at Gehring High School. For the Crusaders, they've won 4 of their last 5 down the stretch. The loss came in the title game of their sub-district tournament to Hastings St. Cecilia, a team with only 3 losses all season long. A trip to Lincoln just 32 minutes away for one of these squads. Bridgeport's last state tournament appearance came in 2010. Their last state tourney win all the way back in 1989, so it's been a while for first-year head coach, though, Dave Coolin. He's no stranger to these big games. 21 years coaching at Juanita Palisade on the boys' side, won a state title, finished as runner-up once, and overall he reached state 8 times. Bridgeport will be prepared here tonight. Grand Island Central Catholic was at state 2 years ago. Before that, their last appearance came in 2008. Who can handle the big stage and the bright lights of a district final tonight? Before we get to the start of those answers coming up, we'll check in with Bridgeport head coach Dave Coolin. Got pregame coaches' comments on the way shortly. We'll get to those when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
We're back tonight on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show as we get set for Bridgeport girls district final action here tonight. KNEB.TV, radio on 94.1 The Brand. Tip-off here in about 10 to 15 minutes away from North Platte Community College. Winner heads to the state tournament, Bridgeport and Grand Island Central Catholic. Time for pregame coaches' comments brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Visiting with Bridgeport's Dave Coolin. Coach, appreciate the time. Congratulations on reaching this point of the season. Let's kind of go back to the sub-district tournament from last week. You've had a little bit of a break now. You got wins over Hemmingford and Morrill, 59-50 in that championship game. What sort of basketball do you feel you guys are playing right now?
I'm pleased with where we're at right now. We've got
we've kind of made a little bit of shift in what we're trying to do offensively, and I think it's really helped us. In the sub-final, Natalie Keenan-Virgil, who, she's been averaging about 4 points a game this year. She had 14 points for us in that game, and I think where we've moved her to, I think would allow her to do more scoring. She is a really good shooter, and people would have to honor her shot. And so I think we've got her in a good spot that, allows us to have some additional scoring to go along with our top three scorers.
Now, you've got a freshman, Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, who's averaging just under 18 points a game. Once you got to Bridgeport after last school year wrapped up, how soon did you know you had a special player in the freshman class?
The people that I talked to leading up to getting this job, I've known for a long time. I've known our superintendent, Chuck Lambert, since the days he was back at Southern Valley, and I coached against Nick Brose when he was a player in high school, so I've known Coach Brose for a long time. So they kept me informed long before I even took the job as to what I could possibly be walking into. But Ruthie's outstanding. She wants to be great. She really pays attention and listens, and she's just a fun kid to work with. She does a tremendous job, and she's tough to cover. And like you said, she's averaging just under 18 points a game, and that's usually facing two people guarding her just about every single night.
Yeah, double-double, not just the near 18 points, but 10 boards tonight. So for those that are tuning in tonight that might not know, this is your first year with the Bridgeport girls program. You came from Juanita Palisade on the boys' side where you won a state championship, state runner-up, qualified for 8 state tournaments, including last year. So big games. You're pretty accustomed to this. What sort of edge does that give you, just trying to keep everybody settled down in the right frame of mind? Because you've been around this block many a time.
Yeah, I feel comfortable going into this matchup, but that, it doesn't always translate to, the kids. I've lost some games in the past where people have come up to me and said, well, what happened there? And I was like, well, if you jump into the mind of a teenage kid, you just might be pretty scared by what you see. But, I think just the preparation and the build-up, I like, with the girls, the nice long turnaround from sub-districts to districts. It's so much better for girls than it is for boys. And so this week has been awesome, just trying to build up confidence throughout the week and really get these girls believing that they can get the job done.
Yeah, so the amount of time you've had, the downtime you've had since your last game can kind of go one or two ways. The nerves can kind of set in, or it can be an opportunity to soak it in, enjoy the hallways, the school, the setting, all the build-up in the community. So kind of what's that been like, the excitement level getting ready for this one?
It's awesome. And, it doesn't hurt that the boys have such a good team as well. So, the school, has a lot of kids that are used to winning, and that's a great environment to be in. And we had a pretty rough physical sub-district final against Morrill last Thursday. So after Thursday, I gave them the rest of the weekend off, and we came back on Monday. And I think that's important this time of year, is to have some downtime, have some recovery time, and they've responded really well. I've been extremely pleased with how this week of practice has gone.
Now, as far as this matchup is concerned, Grand Island Central Catholic comes in 16-7. They did lose their last game by 19 to a really outstanding Hastings St. Cecilia team who's 22-3. Kind of walk us through the matchup, maybe the advantages for you guys. Where do they have an edge on you as far as the rosters and who's going to be on the floor? What do you think about this showdown?
Well, I think it's interesting in the sense that we're both really young teams. Both of us, we don't have a single senior on our roster. They do have some seniors that play, a couple of them, but their point guard's a sophomore, their best player's a sophomore, their best post is a sophomore. They bring a freshman in off the bench to play post. So we're both really young, and their program has probably seen more of these big games than ours have, but maybe not necessarily these particular girls for them. So the first quarter, I think, is going to be really big, and I think how that first quarter goes is probably going to dictate a lot of how this game goes.
And not only just getting your sea legs underneath you as far as the matchup and the unfamiliar opponent, but also the huge gym, which should be a huge crowd, and with so much on the line, getting off to a good start and handling those big game nerves. Not just the opponent and that uneasiness of a new team you're playing, but just everything else that goes into this one.
And that's one advantage that we might have because, we are in the SPVA conference, and the semis and the finals of the SPVA are played at North Platte Community College, and so we already have played 2 games in this facility this year. So we were not going to shy away from the fact that, this is a possible place that we could pick, and GICC agreed to play the game here. So we're happy that we have some familiarity with where we're at, and I think that's going to help us at the start of this game.
Cougar Palace as well with WTC, so some of these venues surely can't hurt heading into this one. All right, let's get to a key to the game. What's it going to take for the Lady Bulldogs to punch their ticket to the state tournament, Coach?
Well, first of all, their best player, Riley Rice, we have to know where she's at on the court at all times. I considered running some kind of chaser defense after her, but we've done that before this season to other players and really have not had a lot of success doing that. Most of the time that we've done it, it's allowed secondary players to play a lot better. And so we're going to have to do it within our base defense, which is our 2-3 zone. And we're just going to have to be very, very aware of where she's at on the court because she's capable of hitting shots 25 feet out. And she creates a lot of offense for her teammates with penetration. So we need to do an outstanding job of guarding her. Secondly, we've got to be able to rebound the basketball. It's been a big weakness for us this entire year, and that's got to change tonight. And we've gone over a lot of film on, their posts are a lot better when they get offensive rebounds. If they're catching the ball in the post and there's defense behind them, their posts aren't the greatest at scoring in those situations, but they do offensive rebound very well, and we've struggled defensive rebounding. So that challenge has been laid out to the girls. And then last but not least, we've got to take care of the ball. GICC is not a pressing team that I've seen on film, but they try and disguise their defenses pretty well. They play a lot of zone, but primarily they've been in a 1-3-1 lately, but it's not always easy to tell what they're in because their zones are matchup zones. And so they, it looks sometimes like man-to-man, but then once you see a cutter go through, it's a zone because there's not somebody going along with that cutter. So we need to recognize what they're in defensively and not turn the ball over out of confusion.
Should be outstanding. Wrapping up right now with Bridgeport girls coach Dave Coolin. Coach, thanks for the time. Enjoyed the conversation. Looking forward to this ball game tonight. 32 minutes away from a trip to Lincoln. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Very excited, and I appreciate your coverage.
And we'll come back with more tip-off approaching right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
This is Karen's land. It's been here a long time, and so is she, along with Mojo. The first fence post went up here. Now there's 5,000 of them. After the storm, she started the cleanup here. This is more than just land. It's home. Karen runs with us on a John Deere 3E Series tractor, because who says a day's work has to take all day? Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 3E Series for more.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Their record 19-5. Bridgeport's won their last 2 games. Those were sub-district tournament games against Hemmingford and Morrill. They played here in this building twice in this year's SPVA tournament, so some familiarity there. Those type things never hurt in a big game scenario like we've got tonight. As for the Crusaders, they've won 4 of their last 5 games overall. Did lose their sub-district title game by 19, but that Hastings St. Cecilia team with just 3 losses all season long. Grand Island Central Catholic got to state 2 years ago, 2018 for the Bridgeport girls. They were there last in 2010. We'll step away, come back with more tip-off, getting a little bit closer. We're back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Hey, it's Angela from Tuxedos and Men's Formal Wear by Angela's. You know you can count on us to dress you up right for those special occasions, whether you need a business suit for the office or a formal tuxedo for the wedding. We offer several options from full ensembles to individual pieces with a customized fit. Whether you're looking to buy or rent, I'm here to offer you that one-on-one customized service on your time schedule. Now with the option to be mobile. Call me today at 308-635-0001. That's Angela's at 308-635-0001.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Parents, remember your kids are watching you as they're participating in their activity. Set a positive example for your kids to feed off of.
Showing good sportsmanship not only shows good character as a fan, but can also improve productivity among the competitors.
In being a great opponent, you need to have great attitude and respect for the game.
The outcome of the game is out of your control, so sit back and let the athletes do what they do best.
Set now for the introductions of starting lineups. Another Fine High School sports sponsor making tonight's broadcast possible is Trinidad Benham, a proud supporter of Bridgeport Athletics. Let's meet the starters for these two squads here tonight. Again, the C2-6 district championship game. Winner heads to the state tournament in Lincoln starting next Thursday morning. Grand Island Central Catholic, they'll be the home team tonight. The home white uniforms, Carolina blue numbers, navy blue letters, a little bit of trim there on those Carolina blue numbers. But first we'll meet the ladies in purple tonight. The Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs. First up off the bench is Natalie Keenan-Virgil, a sophomore averaging 4 points a game. Sydney Nine, a 5'4" junior averaging close to 14 points a game. Mackenzie Likas, just a freshman, scoring 9 points per ball game. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, their top scorer, the freshman post player at 17.8 points tonight and also 10 rebounds, so she averages a double-double. And Ellie Klein, a sophomore, 3 points and 6.5 rebounds. That's the starting lineup for the Bridgeport team, led by head coach Dave Coolin. We're at North Platte Community College on a Friday night with the state tournament in the offing for one of these squads here this evening. Jenna Heidlich, a 5'4" sophomore in the backcourt for the Crusaders, averages 4 points a game. Katie Mazer, a 5'8" senior, shoots 24% from three. She averages 8.5 points a night. Riley Rice, their top scorer, coach's daughter, 5'9" sophomore. Rice averages 15 points a night. Ellie Steenson, a 5'10" senior, 4 points, 3 rebounds. And Chloe Cloud, a 6'2" sophomore, who averages 4.5 points and 6.5 rebounds per night. The officials have gotten rid of the warm-up tops. We are just about ready to go. Again, your starters for Bridgeport: Keenan-Virgil, 9, Likas, Loomis-Girdle, and Klein. Bridgeport Pep Band made the trip. Always great to have the Pep Bands in attendance for big games like tonight. Bridgeport fans across the way. We've got the Grand Island Central Catholic folks and backers down in front of us to our left and our right. High school basketball coverage, KNEB.TV, Allo Channel 15, and Mobius Channel 1500. TJ Albright at the controls tonight. Taylor helping us back at the KNEB studios. We're on 94.1 The Brand. Lead official bounces the ball, whistle blows. Ball in the air, and we are underway. Crusaders control the opening tip with Katie Mazer to Heidlich. Jenna Heidlich. Bridgeport in that 2-3 zone defense. We'll have to see what they can get done against some outside shooting. They get it in, and a block shot for Loomis Girdle. First shot attempt of the night from Mazer. Sent back to Cinder. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with GICC. Central Catholic will inbound with Rice to Heidlich, the sophomore point guard. Bridgeport in the 2-3. Rice out high. Coach Coolin said she'll shoot it from as far out as 25 feet if needed. Basically in the gym range. She averages 15 points a night. Into the corner. And now we get a deflected shot on a three-point attempt. So for Mazer, 2 shot attempts, 2 block shots. Stepping along the baseline underneath. It'll stay with Grand Island Central Catholic. Bridgeport could not keep that foot in bounds. And the Crusaders sent inbound. They'll get it to the corner. Tipped away, loose, knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Grand Island Central Catholic. Riley Rice, 5'9" sophomore, averages 15 points a game. She'll play it in from the far corner. They'll lob it in out high. Heidlich with it. Bridgeport will set up in that 2-3. Rice on the catch and shoot triple. Left it short off the front of the iron. Ball's tipped around, loose underneath. Loomis Girdle, outlet pass to Lycus, and now Sydney 9 will bring it across into the front court. They'll lob it up top. Lycus back to 9. They'll get it to Loomis Girdle. Middle of the paint. Off the iron left. Rebounded. Now an outlet pass deflected. Ball picked up by Bridgeport. They create the first turnover of the night. Out high, 9 for 3. Would be big to get her going early. Averages 13.8 per game, nearly 14 tonight. Second turnover of the game committed by the Crusaders. A carry. Back-to-back times they've touched it, been unable to get it across the center court stripe. Bridgeport will inbound. Still scoreless, a minute and 24 seconds in. Lycus inbounds to 9. 9, they're going to go right to Loomis Girdle. Right block area. Her pass to the perimeter intercepted. First Bridgeport turnover. Riley Rice pushes. And with the left hand, too strong off the square. Ball comes off. And touching it last, no, saving it inbounds. Now a deflected pass turned over. And it's Grand Island Central Catholic on the offensive end. Riley Rice. They'll move it right side to Katie Mazer. Bridgeport in that 2-3 zone. Rice catches left wing. One-handed pass to the right wing. Back to Rice. Triple off the iron left. Offensive rebound down low. And a reach-in foul. They're going to say a shooting foul. That'll go against Ellie Klein. And the sophomore picks up our first foul of the night. First of the game on Bridgeport. It goes against Ellie Klein. And stepping to the foul line will be Chloe Cloud, who's shooting 63% at the stripe so far this season. Off the mark on the first. Over 2 minutes gone by. Still scoreless here from North Platte Community College. Central Catholic 16-7. Lost their sub-district championship game to Hastings St. Cecilia. Couple of misses for Cloud. Here comes Lycus across the timeline. Waits for help. Gets it to Loomis Girdle. Now back to Sydney 9. Lycus near the three-point line to Loomis Girdle. Operates in the paint. Tried to kick it back out to the perimeter. Ball stolen. Outlet pass up ahead to Riley Rice. Sloppy play from both teams here in the early going. And Ellie Steenson with a reach-in foul. That'll go against Grand Island Central Catholic. Still searching for our first points of the night. 5:37 to play here in the first quarter. Winner heads to Lincoln for the state tournament starting next Thursday. A little bit of full court pressure now from the Crusaders. Little trapping zone look. Lycus picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Gets it to 9. 9 splits. 2 defenders. To the right block area. Shot blocked. Into the hands of Heidlich, the sophomore. 9 defends. Heidlich into the front court. Picks up her dribble. Now Mazer. Throwing cross court. Rice on the catch. And too strong on the layup attempt. Nerves are getting the best of both of these teams here early. 2 minutes and 45 seconds gone by. Still searching for that first basket or free throw of the ball game. Loomis Girdle on the catch, goes right to the rim. Couple of dribbles and a shooting foul. Believe this will go against Chloe Cloud, a 6'2 sophomore. Nope, they'll say Steenson. And that'll be the second foul on Stinson. And at the line, it's Loomis Girdle too strong. She shoots free throws at 51%. Nearly 3 minutes in, still 0-0 early on the board. Loomis Girdle trying to get Bridgeport that first point of the night. And we have cracked the seal here at North Platte Community College. Some full court pressure from Bridgeport. Central Catholic plays it in near midcourt. Off the bench and into the game, Gracie Woods, their top scorer off the bench at 6 points a game. Bridgeport going to sit in that 2-3 zone. Riley Rice, she'll throw cross court to Heidlich. Now Woods along the baseline, left side. Open shooter, Rice. Thought about the three. She'll put it on the deck. Back to Heidlich. Shoots a pass underneath. Mazer. Nothing doing. Back around the perimeter. Rice on the catch. She'll shoot the triple. And Grand Island Central Catholic has the lead on their first basket of the night. Riley Rice shoots 29% from behind the arc. A 3-1 lead here in the first quarter for GICC. On the dribble, that's Keenan Virgil. Now back outside, Lycus. Up top, Sydney 9. Trying to put Bridgeport back in front with a triple. Bangs off the iron into the hands of Heidlich. Heidlich going to put it on the floor and bring it across the timeline herself. Spin dribble to the middle of the paint. Rice on the catch. Top of the key. Open look out of the corner. Now they'll move it to Woods. Wide open underneath. Lefty layup from Cloud. Too strong. Ball's loose on the floor. Whistle, jump ball, possession arrow. It'll go to Bridgeport. Over halfway through this first quarter. Couple of more substitutions in for Grand Island Central Catholic. Allison Calvoda comes in, and also into the ball game is Alexis Mudloff, a 5'6 junior. Junior and senior come off the bench. They start 2 seniors and 3 sophomores. They'll stick with a little three-quarter court trapping zone pressure right now. Near midcourt. Dribbling across is Keenan Virgil. Pocket picked, and a reach-in foul is going to go against Bridgeport's Natalie Keenan Virgil. Second foul against the Bulldogs here tonight. They've yet to get a basket. They've got one Loomis Girdle free throw, and with 3:48 to play first quarter, it's a 3-1 lead for Grand Island Central Catholic. Unfamiliar opponents trying to get their sea legs, get a feel for one another. Rice, she's getting a feel for that outside shot. The triple wouldn't go. Gracie Woods, the offensive rebound. Up top, Mudloff. Bridgeport in the 2-3. Mudloff on the dribble. Almost had it taken away. Instead, they get it to the foul line. Open shot, right side triple. That's down. And knocking down the triple, Alyssa Wilson. And a timeout taken by Bridgeport. 3:23 to play in the first quarter.
Today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Morrill County Community Hospital. Trinidad Benham. And by Farmers State Bank.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Out of the timeout, Bridgeport basketball trailing 6-1. Loomis Girdle with the turnaround shot from just inside the left elbow. Bridgeport has their first field goal of the night. Some pressure from the Bulldogs. Handled fairly well by Grand Island Central Catholic, and they turn it over. Dangerous pass to the wing, nobody home. 3 turnovers committed by the Crusaders. Bridgeport trailing 6-3 with the basketball. Keenan Virgil in the corner. She'll drive along the baseline. Now with it, right corner, Deaver. They'll move it around the wing, or the perimeter left wing. Loomis Girdle to Keenan Virgil. Left corner. 3 ball on the way. Lycus, it wouldn't go. Long rebound, tracking it down and keeping the ball alive and in play. Here comes Grand Island Central Catholic. They've got numbers for a moment, but Riley Rice will pull the ball out, and they'll set up the offense. 2-3 zone, kind of shifting towards the side of the floor that Rice is on. Really trying to find her. Now they set a screen. Rice for 3. 3 3-point field goals in the early going for Grand Island Central Catholic. The 2-3 zone going to give up some 3-point looks, and they're knocking them down right now. 9. Now Keenan Virgil near the left corner. Sydney 9. Now Mackenzie Lycus out high. Lycus on the bounce. High with the dribble. Keenan Virgil out of the corner. Misses the 3. Long rebound picked up by Riley Rice. Rice with the left hand across the timeline. She'll pull the basketball out. And Mudloff handles. Now in the corner, Rice. They'll dump it down low. Gracie Woods goes up, being defended by Loomis Girdle, and a reach-in foul from behind, and a foul called against Allison Calvoda. 3rd team foul called against Grand Island Central Catholic. First on Calvoda. Ellie Klein back into the game for Bridgeport. The lead for Grand Island Central Catholic, 9-3. Sydney 9 handling point guard duties. Keenan Virgil right back to 9. Head to the front court to Lycus. 9 averages just under 14 points a game. Shoots 30% from 3-point range. A driving shot with the right hand falls for Mackenzie Lycus. 9-5 the lead. Lucy Gaffon into the game down low, a freshman post player. And losing the basketball is Mudloff, and she touched it last. It rolled between the legs of Gaffon, out of bounds. And Bridgeport gets it back. That was the 4th turnover committed by Grand Island Central Catholic. That 3-quarter court pressure from the Crusaders. 9's pass, lobs it over defender to Lycus. Lycus picks up her dribble. Now to 9. Dribbles inside the arc. Step back jumper on the way. Rebound comes off, grabbed by Calvoda. Calvoda kind of pushes the pass ahead. Sloppy play as they move the ball up the near side wing, and that's the 5th turnover committed by the Crusaders. All 9 of their points have come on 3-point field goals. Loomis Girdle's turnaround shot, little bit short, rebounded by Calvoda. Mudloff can't handle the basketball in the back court with it underneath. Should be easy for Lycus. Instead, shot blocked by Mudloff. Now outlet pass, and there's going to be numbers the other way. They'll bounce it up the floor. Along the baseline, whistle, and a travel called against Katie Mazer. 6 turnovers committed by the Crusaders. 2 seconds to play in this opening quarter.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Leap year only comes once every 4 years, so to celebrate, Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming is offering a deal so great it won't be back for another 4 years. Replace your windows or doors during the leap year sale and save 20% plus an additional 9% through February 29th if you order on initial consultation. And remember, there's no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. Only from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. Call 307-215-7493 and leap into this great deal.
Trinidad Benham's a proud supporter of Bridgeport Athletics. Lady Bulldogs trail 9-5. Bridgeport with just 2 baskets in the first quarter. Grand Island Central Catholic with only 3, all 3 though from behind the arc. We'll see if there's any adjustments to be made, if not getting out of the 2-3, but really finding Rice on the perimeter and matching up in that zone fairly quickly when she touches the basketball. Grand Island Central Catholic has done a nice job freeing her up for a couple of shots with some screens, even working against the zone. Rice on the wing left side. 9 got out there quickly. Now Mazer near the right side in the corner. Rice trying to move along the baseline. Heidlich. Now Rice. Gaffon. They've got 2 players at the high post. Mazer on the right wing. Staying patient with the ball. Heidlich. They'll lob it into Cloud. Cloud looks to the wing. Very patient first possession of the second quarter. Mazer back to Heidlich. Cloud will move from the middle to along the baseline. They get it to Cloud. Cloud, threw a pass right to Ellie Klein. The sophomore comes up with the steal. Grand Island Central Catholics turned it over 7 times already here in the first half. Loomis Girdle on the catch. Turnaround shot in traffic. Rolls off the iron right side. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Sydney 9 defending. Heidlich in the backcourt. Heidlich spin dribbles her way to a little bit of freedom away from 2 defenders. Now Riley Rice back to Heidlich. Mazer. Right side wing, they dump it down low to Gaffon. Pump fake off the square, and the first 2-point field goal of the night for Grand Island Central Catholic goes to the freshman post player, Lucy Gaffon. 11-5 lead. 9 with a crossover dribble, goes right to the rim, missed the layup. Rebounded by Chloe Cloud. Into the hands of Heidlich. Got a wide open teammate up ahead. Mazer with the lefty layup and the finish. 13-5. Mazer's got her first basket, and a timeout taken by Dave Coolin. We'll break with them. 6:08 to play in the first half. 13-5 Bridgeport, trailing by 8 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Morrill County Community Hospital. Trinidad Benham. And by Farmers State Bank.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Out of the timeout, a quick missed 3-point field goal attempt from Sydney 9 for Bridgeport, but then another sloppy pass along the far wing, bringing it up the floor. A long bounce pass clipped the sideline. A turnover, number 8 in the game for Grand Island Central Catholic. They've hit 3 threes, and their last 2 field goals have been 2s. Down around the bucket. 9 on the dribble. Heidlich defending. 9 inside the arc now. They'll get it down low to Loomis Girdle. Goes baseline. Challenge shot by Cloud. Off the mark. Rebounded by Heidlich. Heidlich gets it back, and she'll dribble it up into the front court for Grand Island Central Catholic. 5:20 to play in the half. They get it to Gaffon. Outside open look for Rice. Riley Rice too strong. Grabbing the miss and knocking the ball out of the hands of Keenan Virgil. That time was Rice. She touched it last. It'll go to Bridgeport. 5:12 to play. Checking in now is Grace Herbeck, a 5'6 junior for Grand Island Central Catholic. 9 will inbound, some full court pressure now. More of a man look defensively in the full court press. Heidlich defends against 9. Likas hesitated, puts it on the floor. Herbeck reaching in for a steal. We're going to get a whistle and a foul called against Jenna Heidlich. her first personal, fourth team foul on the Crusaders. Bridgeport trails by 8, 13-5 here in the second quarter. Inbounds pass is tipped and now intercepted. Herbeck has it. Gets it ahead to Heidlich. Bounce pass to Rice. Made the extra pass, and that led to the easy left-hand layup for Riley Rice, who has 8, 15-5 to score. Sydney 9 handles for Bridgeport. Zigzagging, now they'll loft it to the mid-post area. Loomis Girdle. Mackenzie Likas, the freshman guard, averages 9 a game. 4:26 to play in the first half. Loomis Girdle averages 17.8. Has a single free throws, yet to score a basket from the floor. On the dribble drive action, Likas, and a whistle and a foul called on the Crusaders. I think this will be on Herbeck. It is. Grace Herbeck, the junior, has her first personal, 15 foul. Heidlich out, Gaffon out, Herbeck out. Back into the game, Gracie Woods, Mudloff, and Katie Mazer. And now Herbeck will come right back on. And Chloe Cloud will go to the bench. So they get a little bit smaller with that decision. Cloud, a 6'2 sophomore. We'll see if Girdle can take advantage. They get the ball inbounds to her in a hurry. Easy layup from right underneath the basket. Ruthie Loomis Girdle on cue has her first field goal. Inbounds pass to Mudloff, right back to Rice. Picks up her dribble after one bounce. Mudloff shoots a pass up ahead into the front court. Katie Mazer, cut off by Loomis Girdle. Waits for help. Who touched it last? Out of bounds, last touch by Bridgeport's Ellie Klein. 3:57 to go in the half. 15-7 the lead for Grand Island Central Catholic. Glad to have you along tonight for the C2-6 district final from North Platte Community College. Open look for Rice. Boy, can't give that to her all night long. Offensive rebound, no box out in the 2-3 zone. And Katie Mazer has her second basket of the quarter. It's a 10-point lead for Central Catholic. Some forfeits against none. Maybe Bridgeport can make a little bit of hay here late in the half at the foul line. Seventh team foul. Bonus opportunity now, 1-1. Likas shooting 72% at the stripe. So very fine free throw percentage on the year for the Bridgeport freshman. And the lefty tickles the twine. Bridgeport 2 for 3 at the stripe so far in the half. Again, that was the seventh team foul. So the bonus opportunity the rest of the way, the final 2:05 of the quarter. Likas hit both. 22-12 the lead. Inbounds pass comes to Mudloff, right back to Mazer. Mazer stays patient, poked away, another turnover committed by the Crusaders. They're at 10th of the half. Sydney 9 behind the arc, up top Likas. 9 scoreless still, averages just under 14. Girdle has 3, she averages just under 18. Keenan Virgil in the corner. Now back to Mackenzie Likas. Keenan Virgil posting, 2 defenders near to the bucket with a right hand. On the score that time, Loomis Girdle has 4 points in the quarter. Central Catholic throws cross court. They'll lob it across the timeline. Now Mazer has it. Katie Mazer. Lead is 8. Bridgeport's trailed by as many as 13. And a whistle and a foul as Calvoda had the basketball. Mackenzie Likas picks up the foul. That's her second. Multiple substitutions as the parade continues up and down the bench for head coach Stacia Rice. 16-7 their record. Bridgeport comes in 19-5. Riley Rice into Mudloff. Bridgeport in the 2-3. Rice off a screen. Hopping out quickly, Keenan Virgil. Now Rice, again, well extended behind the arc. Not going to shoot it from that far out on most possessions. Mazer. Rice this time fires from way outside. Couldn't get it to go. Ball loose on the floor. Bridgeport has the rebound. Under a minute to play in the first half. 22-14. Likas. A clean foul. Likas hit both on her first trip earlier. She's 3 for 3 and she's yet to touch the iron. Bridgeport has settled in. Couple of big threes from Ellie Klein here in the second quarter. Couple Loomis Girdle buckets down low, and Bridgeport's back in it. Lycus 4 for 4. Hasn't touched the rim on any of those free throw attempts. Alexis Hill, the freshman guard, will come in quickly. Lycus will go to the bench. She's got 2 fouls. They'll keep her from a silly third here late. Inbounds pass comes to Mudloff. 6 seconds to play. They'll throw it up the floor. Cloud has it. 2 on the clock. Lob it underneath. Did Rice get rid of it in time? She did. They'll count it. A big bucket as the buzzer sounds to end the first half for Riley Rice for Grand Island Central Catholic. Our halftime score, teams head to the locker room. It's 27-19. Crusaders lead Bridgeport on the West Coast scoreboard. Taylor, let's play break 9.
Means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payment. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Your volume discount dealer.
Today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Double A Feeds, Bridgeport Family Dental, and by 9 Pharmacy and Gifts.
We're at halftime tonight. Sure glad you're watching or listening. Coverage on KNEB.TV. That means you can also be watching on Allo Channel 15 and Mobius Channel 1500, plus our radio broadcast tonight for our listeners in the Panhandle, 94.1 The Brand, and anywhere online at KNEB.com. Let's get to a check of the halftime numbers. Grand Island Central Catholic leading this game at the break, 27-19, scoring by quarters. They led after 9-5, and then both teams picking it up offensively in the second quarter. Crusaders scored 18. Bridgeport tallied 14 on the board in the second stanza. 5 have scored for Grand Island Central Catholic. Riley Rice, she leads them. She leads all scorers in the game with 13. She's hit 3 triples, and she added 2 field goals from the floor inside the arc in that second quarter. Off the bench, Gracie Woods has 5. 4 points tonight for Katie Mazer. 3 for Alyssa Wilson on a first quarter triple, and then Lucy Gaffon, the freshman post player, got 1 field goal down along the right block area. For Bridgeport, 4 have scored. It's been a balanced attack for their 19. 6 apiece for Mackenzie Lycus and Ellie Klein. Klein's 2 3-pointers were big in the second quarter. Bridgeport trailed by as many as 12 in a couple of different spots in that second quarter, but Klein's 2 threes helping the cause. Loomis Girdle also had a couple of field goals in the second quarter. All 4 of those field goals, 2 each for Loomis Girdle and Klein in the second quarter. Mackenzie Lycus 4 for 4 at the free throw line in the second, and she's got 6 points. And you've got Natalie Keenan Virgil with a deuce as well coming early in tonight's ball game. Winner qualifies for the C2 state tournament. That'll start next Thursday morning in Lincoln. Looking forward to a trip already for the Rural Radio Network to follow in Class B, the Scottsbluff Lady Bearcats. We'll see if we add Bridgeport to that list here in 2 quarters, 16 minutes of game action from now. Bridgeport with some work to do. They trail by 8 at halftime, 27-19. That's our halftime score. Bridgeport down by 8 right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
At ALLO, one of the core values I see every day is local. We truly believe in being local, sponsoring local events, giving back to the communities that we're a part of.
ALLO's making a difference in the communities that they're in by providing a service that's a lifeline for everybody in their everyday lives. Whether it be personal, school, professional, we provide the best service possible and most reliable service possible.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So
at Northfield Apartments in Gering, where 1 and 2 bedroom apartments are also available. Don't wait, call today.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Nebraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Glad to have you tonight. KNEB.TV coverage, also 94.1 The Brand. Trinidad Benham's a proud supporter of Bridgeport Athletics. Nice traveling contingency tonight from the Bridgeport community. Back in the Lady Bulldogs in this C2-6 district final matchup against Grand Island Central Catholic. Central Catholic comes in 16-7, and they've got an 8-point lead right now at the break. It's 27-19. Bridgeport's had 4 players score in the first 2 quarters combined, 6 apiece for Mackenzie Likas and Ellie Klein with 6, also 5 points for Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. We'll have a big doubleheader in town back in Scottsbluff tomorrow, doubleheader of sorts, as starting at noon, the WNCC men will be in action against Trinidad State at Cougar Palace. That'll be the first game of the postseason Region 9 tournament for Corey Farringer's bunch. Chuck Schwartz will have the broadcast on KOZY 1013 and KOZYFM.com starting at 11:45. Early start time at noon for the WNCC men against Trinidad State. When that's finished, we'll move action to what should be a raucous Scottsbluff High School for a B3 district final, right to advance to the state tournament. On the line tomorrow as Scottsbluff takes on Waverly. Unfamiliar opponent. Waverly, a very low-scoring team. They play solid defense. We know Scottsbluff going to want to get out, run, push the tempo, and try and light the scoreboard up tomorrow afternoon. 2 o'clock tip. We'll have TV coverage from Scottsbluff High and then also radio on 106.9 The Trail. Tip-off at 2. Winner heads to Class B boys state action 2 Thursdays from now. We'll have second half coverage for you in just a moment from North Platte Community College. Bridgeport in this girls C2-6 district final. They trail Grand Island Central Catholic 27-19 on the West Coast scoreboard. So this is break.
At Compliments for you and your home, we're not ready to take down Christmas decor quite yet. Stop in and pick up great Christmas decor at great prices, with all Christmas items 30% off. And remember, Compliments has ladies' fashions that appeal to all ages and sizes. Be sure to look through our clearance racks for last chance bargains. Compliments for you and your home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
The second quarter, and still exited that second quarter with a -4 in the score column. They trailed 27-19. It was low scoring in the first 8 minutes, 9-5. Bridgeport will have the basketball. We'll see about halftime adjustments for both these squads. Central Catholic, for the most part, did a nice job against Ruthie Loomis-Girdle, the freshman post player for Bridgeport. They run 2 defenders now at 9. They'll move the zone. Lycus dribbles inside the arc. Loomis back outside to 9. Ball is tipped. It's loose on the floor. Lycus just kind of bats it over to Keenan Virgil, and back to Sydney 9. 2 defenders on the point on that zone. Ball's deflected away from Loomis-Girdle. Just the 5th turnover of the game committed by Bridgeport. Lefty layup in transition for 2 for Katie Mazer. Back to a 10-point lead, 29-19. Some full court pressure. Rice defends against 9. Lobs it ahead to Klein. Klein hit the 2 threes. Now Loomis-Girdle turnaround shot. Rolls off left side of the iron, grabbed by Chloe Cloud. Heidlich in the backcourt. Dribbles out of pressure. Throws it across to Mazer. Mazer goes wrong. Loomis-Girdle blocked the shot, and then who touched it last? Cloud tipped it, went out of bounds off Loomis-Girdle, the freshman. It'll stay now with the Crusaders. They lead by 10, 29-19. Riley Rice scored 13 points in the first half. 9 of those on threes. Down low, getting rid of the basketball. Now Rice, too strong. The layup would not go. Ellie Stinson made the feed. Could have been an easy finish for Rice, but she could not finish. Klein catches the bounce pass. Back to 9. They'll lob it into Loomis-Girdle. Girdle got it off the square. Count it, and a chance for a 3-point play for Ruthie Loomis-Girdle. She has 7. And she'll step to the line where she's 1 for 2 tonight. 51% on the year. Lucy Gaffon, the freshman, will come on, replacing Chloe Cloud. No, check that. It'll be Stinson to the bench, the senior. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle averages just shy of 18 points a game. 6:43 to play. And can't convert the 3-point play opportunity. Riley Rice up ahead. She'll pull up, pick up her dribble. Back to Heidlich. Bounce pass to Mazer. Bridgeport just staying in that 2-3 this evening. Wide open look for Mazer. 3-ball right side, and it drops for Katie Mazer. She's got 9. Lead is 11, 32-21. Ball loose on the floor for a moment. Bridgeport controls. Gaffon got a hand on it. Ball battered around. Gaffon just out-hustled 2 Bridgeport defenders for the basketball. Turnover committed by the Bulldogs, their 6th. Heidlich out high. Now Rice, left wing. Lycus steps out quickly on her. Gaffon catches at the high post. Right side, Mazer. Rice, left wing. No shot opportunity for Riley Rice, the 5'9 sophomore. Mazer. They've got 1 low block, 1 high post area. Cloud. And a reach-in foul going to go against Mackenzie Lycus, I do believe. 9 was on the front side. Nope, they're going to get Sydney 9. 9 again, averaging 13.8 a game, scoreless so far tonight. Riley Rice will lob it into Gaffon. Gaffon, 1 dribble off the square, easy 2 for the freshman Lucy Gaffon. Folks, she is going to be a good one. Biggest lead of the game at 13 now for Grand Island Central Catholic at 34-21. They've got Rice up top. Lycus. Now Lycus dribbles inside the arc. The long 2-point jump shot goes for Mackenzie Lycus, up to 8 points in the ball game. They'll fire a pass into Gaffon out near midcourt. Gaffon picks up her dribble, waits for help to Riley Rice. The pass goes. Now Heidlich. Back to Rice. Gaffon in and out of her hands. Rice, open look, right side corner. Riley Rice has her 4th 3 of the game. 2 triples in the quarter, and it's back to a 13-point lead, 37-22. .340 gone by. Can Lycus hit one from downtown? She sure can. Mackenzie Lycus keeping Bridgeport in it. She's into double figures with 11. Rice goes to get the basketball. Now Heidlich kind of holds up. Now they'll throw it over top of that little bit of zone pressure. Rice outside looking for another. Off the iron, ball tipped. Touching it last was Klein, I believe. Out of bounds, it'll go to Grand Island Central Catholic. 37-27. 4:12 to play in the third. Gracie Woods checks in, replacing Chloe Cloud. Riley Rice will inbound it for the Crusaders along the baseline. They run Mazer into the corner. Pass came into Gaffon, couldn't hang on to it. Whistle, jump ball, possession arrow. It'll stay with Grand Island Central Catholic. 4:06 to play in the third quarter. They'll get Rice to the wing. Pass comes into Woods. Bounce pass intercepted by Lycus. The Crusaders have turned it over 11 times tonight. Can Bridgeport make a push? Down 11 halfway through the third quarter. Klein's hit 2 threes. Both those came in the second quarter. Really key shots at big time. Sydney 9 off balance. Couldn't get that shot to go in the paint. Outlet pass up ahead. Mazer goes to the rim. Off the square. A little out of control, but somehow kind of just tapped it up off the square on the high dribble. And Katie Mazer has 7 points in the quarter. She's up to 11 now in double figures. Lead back to 13 at 39-26. They'll lob it to Loomis. Girdle had it knocked away. And who touched it last? I think Mazer on the bat away that time. So Cloud and Mudloff come back on. Heidlich and Gaffon to the bench for Grand Island Central Catholic. 39-26. 3:23 to play. Inbounds pass to Klein. Loomis Girdle operating along the right block. Nearly lost the basketball. 9. Now Lycus, who's been real good tonight. Klein, that same spot. Oh, halfway down. Came out on her somehow. And Mudloff lobs it up ahead to Cloud. Cloud high dribble. And they'll call her for the double dribble. 12 turnovers to just 6 for Bridgeport. And still a 13-point lead. Sydney 9 handles right now for Bridgeport to Mackenzie Lycus. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Lead is 39-26. Lycus on the dribble. Mudloff defends against 9. 9 can't beat the man defender. 9 pull-up jumper, missed it. And Gracie Woods grabs the miss. She'll bring it up herself to Mazer. Mazer to the rim, shot blocked by Loomis Girdle, and a block shot from behind by Klein. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Looked like all ball from our vantage point. Ellie Klein's second. 2:34 to play. In the third quarter. Cloud short. 63% shooter at the stripe this year, yet to score in the game. Only 2 starters have scored for the Crusaders, 3 off the bench. They have 12 points off the bench, and then everything else from Mazer and Rice. Cloud missed both, rebounded by Loomis Girdle. Lead stays at 13. Bridgeport dodges a bullet on the missed free throws for Chloe Cloud. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the third. Lob pass, too tall. Loomis Girdle couldn't reach it. And Bridgeport's turned it over for the third time in the quarter. They had just 4 in the first half. 39-26, 2:19 to play. Inbounds pass to Mudloff. Mudloff will bring it up the floor. Mudloff circles back. Gets it to Riley Rice. Rice holds it, protecting against 9, who was defending. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. Woods, cross court, open look for Rice. Rice left it short. We're going to get a push called on Gracie Woods, the Grand Island Central Catholic. That'll be her first, team second here in the second half. So Bridgeport defensively, the last 2 trips downs. Watch Grand Island Central Catholic miss 2 free throws and commit a foul. So unable to build on what's a 13-point lead. Lycus across the timeline. TV coverage tomorrow from Scottsbluff High for the Big B3 District Final with the Bearcats and Waverly. Reaching in, Mudloff. 2 defenders now near, and now Mudloff reaches in, and Mudloff gets tied up with Mackenzie Lycus. Possession arrow favors Bridgeport. 1:41 to play in the third. Trinidad Benham's a proud supporter of Bridgeport Athletics. Dribbling left, Lycus. Tough shot, off balance, hit the side of the backboard. And Riley Rice handles in the backcourt. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Crusaders. Riley Rice, Bridgeport extending that 2-3 zone with the 2-point defenders out high. Good job. They get it middle to Woods. Woods couldn't get the shot to go. O-board Cloud, and Chloe Cloud has her first two. 66 seconds to go. 15-point lead, biggest of the night for Grand Island Central Catholic. Pull-up jumper. Too strong in the paint, wouldn't go for 9. Outlet pass a little bit deflected, turns into a turnover. And now it's Keenan Virgil down along the baseline left side. Leans into a jump shot. Nearly flat-footed on the release. Long outlet pass ahead, and that'll be turnover number 14, committed by Grand Island Central Catholic. Arista Mancias coming in. Also checking in, Carly Deaver and Paige Schmunk, the sophomore, as well as Alexis Hill. 44 seconds to play. 9 stays, 4 subs on. 9 brings it up the court. Dribbles inside the top of the key. Deaver, and now a live ball turnover as she threw it up top. Pass intercepted, and taking it coast to coast was Alyssa Wilson. Wilson got fouled, and she'll shoot 2 at the line. 41-26. Grand Island Central Catholic with the 15-point lead, and the foul charged to Alexis Hill. Bridgeport will have to rally in a major way here tonight to get to Lincoln. Wilson hits the first. .25 seconds to go in the third quarter. At the stripe, Alyssa Wilson. Look good on both. And the lead is 17. 24 seconds to play. Now under 20 as 9 brings it across. Defending and now turning it over. Bridgeport's coughed it up 4 times in the quarter. Heidlich lobs underneath. Mudloff finishes, and we're going to get a whistle and a chance for a 3-point play. The foul called against Paige Schmunk. Bucket from Mudloff, her first of the night. 4th player to score off the bench for Grand Island Central Catholic. 19-point lead, getting close to that point of being insurmountable here with just 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the game. Bunch of the starters back on for head coach Dave Coolin. 21 years he was the head coach at Juanita Palisade. Won a state championship, finished as runner-up in another year, and made the state tournament 8 times in his 21 years. No stranger to big games like tonight. He's done a fine job here in year 1. At the buzzer, a 3-ball won't go for Jenna Heidlich. 45-26 our score at the end of 3. Final stands in just a moment. Bridgeport trails big right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition. Convenient stores in your neighborhood. Friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
A tough hill to climb at this point for Bridgeport. They trail 45-26. as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter here tonight from North Platte Community College. Shadron playing crosstown at North Platte High School against Omaha Roncalli. Ran into, I believe it's Principal Jerry Mack and the AD Andy Pope over at Canes ahead of time this evening, or late this afternoon. Made sure to send some well wishes and best of luck tonight to the Shadron High Cardinals. Central Catholic basketball to start the fourth quarter. Cloud, turnaround shot in the paint. Couldn't get it to go. Long rebound comes out to Sydney Nine. Nine will back up the dribble. Behind the arc, Lycus. Now Nine, right back to Mackenzie Lycus. Wide open three ball off the iron. Cloud grabs the miss for Grand Island Central Catholic, leading by 19, nearly 30 seconds in to this final stanza tonight. Cloud, now in the corner, Rice, back to Mazer. Three ball on the way, it wouldn't go for Katie Mazer. Rebound tracked down by Ellie Klein. Lycus. Up the floor, now Nine with the basketball, 50 seconds into the fourth. Klein hit those two big threes in the second quarter. Now Loomis Girdle, turnaround shot, left it short. Ruthie Loomis Girdle, though, fouled, and she'll shoot two for Bridgeport. On the year at 51%. .7:03 to play. Bridgeport scored just 7 points in that third quarter. They've got their first here in the fourth. Girdle now has 8 points in the ball game. Rice leads all scorers with 16. Pair of makes for Ruthie Loomis Girdle. Grand Island Central Catholic handles the pressure, bring it across into the front court. Bridgeport's been in that zone all night long. Rice thought about the three, puts it on the deck, finds a wide open cutting teammate, pass a little bit off the mark, and they'll reset the offense out near the 10-foot stripe. 17-point lead, a minute 20 gone by in the fourth quarter. Cloud, Rice, open look, it's up and it's going down. Riley Rice has 19 points. She averages 15 on the year. Biggest lead of the night, now up to 20, 48-28. They'll lob it into Loomis Girdle. Lost her footing, lost the basketball for a moment, picks it up, gets it to Lycus. Now Nine, right back to Mackenzie Lycus. Quick pump fake, and pass deflected. Deflected again, that time on Klein trying to get rid of it. Loose along the baseline, and the Crusaders touched it last. It'll stay with Bridgeport, 6:04 to play in the game. 48-28 our score. Lobbing it into Klein. They'll look cross court. Keenan Virgil. 5:57 to play. 20-point lead. And now Heidlich gets the steal against Lycus. Heidlich coast to coast. Jenna Heidlich has her first 2 points of the game. 50-28 our score with 5:40 to play in regulation. Nine, a reach-in foul committed by Grand Island Central Catholic. It'll go against Jenna Heidlich. Her second, fourth team foul here in the half. Keenan Virgil's three, a little bit strong out of the left corner. Here come the Crusaders, GICC. Bounce pass, right wing Mazer, right back to Heidlich. Catching at the foul line. Cloud got rid of it. Now Rice, they get it right back to Cloud. Open shooter right side. Now Grand Island Central Catholic going to go into burn the clock mode, up by 22. No need to push anything right now. You're playing against a zone. Find open teammates pretty quickly. Rice to Mazer. Now Stinson looking for her first bucket and has it. 24-point lead, 52-28 with 4:45 to go in the game. Timeout taken by Dave Coolin. We'll break with them. Timeout on the floor. 4:43 to play in regulation. 52-28 on the West Coast scoreboard. Play a double.
Today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Double A Feeds, Bridgeport Family Dental, and by 9 Pharmacy and Gifts.
Winter storms can be very dangerous this time of year. If heavy snow and ice bring down power lines, stay clear of them and warn others to do the same. A downed power line doesn't have to be arcing, sparking, or smoking to be live and deadly. Also call the authorities and your local utility provider immediately. If you do lose power, stay inside, dress warmly, and keep a close eye out for infants and the elderly. So make sure to take extra precautions this winter season. Brought to you by Roosevelt Public Power District, your touchstone energy provider, the power of human connections.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Double A Feeds, Bridgeport Family Dental, and by 9 Pharmacy and Gifts.
Had a Ruthie Loomis girdle basket on the offensive end for Bridgeport, and then a whistle and a turnover as Bridgeport gets it back, down by 22. 4 minutes to play in the game. Shot from 9, pulled up, came up short. Ball goes out of bounds, back to Grand Island Central Catholic. 52-30 with 3:56 to play in regulation. Grand Island Central Catholic on their way to the state tournament, it would appear. 22-point lead with 3:52 to play. They were there 2 years ago. Prior to that, they'd been away from the state tourney for a decade. Late 90s into the early 2000s, a stretch of 3 in a row. 52-30. Rice will give it to Mudloff. Mudloff pass sort of deflected, getting out of her hands that time by 9 defensively. Now Calvoda had her shot blocked by Loomis, Girdle, and Rice just blasted Natalie Keenan Virgil, who hits the floor, and a foul called on Riley Rice. Nine rushes it up the floor. Hesitation dribble, now to Klein. Gives it right back to 9. They lob it down low. They were fronting and playing behind Loomis Girdle, and they get the steal. And now Calvoda throws it off Klein out of bounds. It'll stay with Grand Island Central Catholic. I've got Bridgeport now with 9 turnovers in the game. They've kept that number under control, but Grand Island Central Catholic has turned it over 14 times, and they still have a 22-point lead. Calvoda, defended by Likas. Now Mazer. We go under 3 minutes to play in the game. Bridgeport going to wrap up their year at 19-6, a fine debut for first-year head coach Dave Coolin. Mudloff down low. They'll stay patient and really just move the basketball. 2:40 to play. Some clapping of the hands. Now they get it down low. Mazer for 2. And the lead back to 24. Katie Mazer has 13 points. Loomis Girdle down low, turns middle with a right hand. Couldn't curl it over the front of the iron, and Stinson rips it away. Throws it out to Rice, who kept it in bounds with a hustle play. Another turnover, though, and now Mudloff just slams right into Mackenzie Likas, and a foul on Alexis Mudloff, her second. Mudloff and Rice to the bench. For Grand Island Central Catholic, 9 on the right wing, operates now inside the arc. Likas up high. The lefty puts it on the bounce, and now a shooting foul called against Katie Mazer. .203 to play in tonight's matchup. KNEB.TV and 94.1 The Brand for coverage. Likas 5 for 5 at the foul line, and she has 12. That leads Bridgeport in scoring. Loomis Girdle with 11. And Likas has not missed at the line. .54-32. Right near the 2-minute mark to go here in the ball game. Mazer to Gracie Woods. They'll throw it ahead. Loomis Girdle. Who touched it last? They'll say Ruthie Loomis Girdle. Multiple substitutions from down near the end of the bench. Checking in now for Grand Island Central Catholic. We go under 150 to go in the ball game. Keenan Virgil defends on the perimeter. Now Stinson underneath. Caldova had her shot blocked by Ellie Klein. Ball loose, still loose off the partially blocked shot. Mazer, where she really moves her feet a lot on the catch. You could almost convince yourself she's traveling every time she catches and resets her feet. Under 90 seconds to play in the game. Crusaders will just patiently work the ball right now. We'll see some late substitutions coming on for Bridgeport. .54-32. They keep it on the perimeter. We go under 1 minute to play. Stinson. Now on the bounce that time.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital.
Part by Double A Feeds. Bridgeport Family Dental. And by 9 Pharmacy and Gifts.
Community College, Kevin O'Connor will present the C26 District Championship plaque in the Grand Island Central Catholic Crusader.
Final score here tonight from North Platte Community College. This girls C26 district final as Bridgeport falls to Grand Island Central Catholic by the score of 54-32. Central Catholic now taking a championship victory trophy with their district final plaque in hand. And Bridgeport will do the same with a runner-up trophy. A very young team. Bridgeport expects to be back a year from now. Loomis Girdle's younger sister will be up to be a ball handler and offensive playmaker next year as a freshman. So this team not only are they not going anywhere, if they're going anywhere, it's only going to be up from here with a very young squad starting 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores and playing more freshmen and sophomores off the bench. So nothing to hang your head about if you're Bridgeport tonight. We'll step away, come back, add up the totals, and run down the scoring numbers right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver and a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flight. Finally, while visiting Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Final score here tonight, 54-32. Grand Island Central Catholic a winner here at North Platte Community College over the Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs. As players talking with family members and friends down on the floor right now. Always emotional when the season comes to a close. No different here tonight, especially with so much riding on the line. That being a trip to the state tournament starting a week from tonight. Let's take a look at the Grand Island Central Catholic side of the scorebook. 9 different players scored as they really showed off a good amount of depth here tonight. Riley Rice, their leading scorer on the year, came in averaging 15. She finished with 19 points tonight, including 5 made 3-point field goals. So Rice lived up to advanced billing, just around a 30% shooter and willing to fire away at will, and she hit 5 triples tonight, scored 19. Katie Mazer next in line in double digits with 13, and then things dropped down. Those two did the bulk of the scoring with 32 of their 54. 5 off the bench for Gracie Woods and Alyssa Wilson. 4 points off the bench for Lucy Gaffon. The freshman's going to be a good one in the pose for head coach Stacia Rice. 2 points each for Jenna Heidlich. Ellie Stinson, and Chloe Cloudell as Alexis Mudloff.
Today's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Morrill County Community Hospital, Trinidad Benham, and by Farmers State Bank.
Final score tonight on KNEB.TV at 94-1 the Brand. Grand Island Central Catholic wins this C2-6 district championship game 54-32 over the Bridgeport Lady Bulldogs. Bridgeport scoring by quarter 5, 14-7, and then 6 is really just the tempo, the pace, and that drive and want to kind of filtered out there a little bit down the stretch. Just 13 second half points in this ball game for Bridgeport tonight. By quarter for Grand Island Central Catholic, it was 9, 18, 18, and 9, dueling 27-point halves tonight. 54-32 the final score. Mackenzie Likas again led Bridgeport with 13. Ruthie Loomis-Girdle had 11. And for Grand Island Central Catholic, 19 for Riley Rice and 13 for Katie Mazer. We'll step away one final time, come back and wrap our broadcast up in just a moment right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Bridgeport girls drop one tonight here in North Platte Community College, 54-32 to Grand Island Central Catholic. Crusaders move to the state tournament starting next Thursday. Let's get you set up for what we've got coming up tomorrow. Big doubleheader of sorts in Scottsbluff. We'll have both games for you, one at Cougar Palace, one at Scottsbluff High, starting at noon. Tip-off time for the WNCC men against Trinidad State. Corey Farragher's bunch tries to start a run in the Region 9 tournament. They host Trinidad State starting at noon. Chuck's got it on KOZY 101.3 at 11:45, and when we're done there, when you're finished up there, slide on down, slip into Scottsbluff High. Should be a great crowd and a raucous environment and atmosphere for the Bearcat boys in action against Waverly. The Vikings come east for a B3 district final matchup at Scottsbluff High. Winner moves to the Class B boys state tournament 2 Thursdays from now in Lincoln. So we'll have that one for you. The Scottsbluff game tomorrow right here on KNEB.TV. Radio slides over to 106.9 The Trail. That coming up tomorrow, both those games, Cougar men and the Scottsbluff boys. Big thanks once again to TJ and Ani, our TV crew here tonight, making things happen for you on KNEB.TV, and Taylor doing a great job getting us on and off the air on 94.1 The Brand tonight. So big thanks to those three. For those guys, I'm Chris. We'll talk to you tomorrow with Chuck from Cougar Palace, myself from Scottsbluff High. That'll do it from North Platte tonight. The Bridgeport girls fall 54-32. Have a great rest of your Friday night, everybody. So long and good night.
Long legs, cut off jeans, pulling me in like a mag.
Twin Cities Development has a great opportunity for food entrepreneurs and small businesses